Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Storm Collectibles, the King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match. Maybe Ultimate Match goes before 98, I don't know. Joe Higashi. I think when this guy first came out, I posted a thing saying, hey, this guy's up for pre-order, because I don't know the character. I'm not a King of Fighters guy. I like Terry Bogard, I like a few other of the characters. Never got into this particular fighting game. I was always a Street Fighter guy. But this figure looked really, really good, and I had to say something about it, and now I have it to review. So we're going to see if it's actually any good or if it just looked good in the promo shots. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figure, let's look at my package. I think it's a good package. Storm does do a pretty good package usually, and the King of Fighter ones are nice. The red-blue look is a good one. Nice logo there, character artwork there, figure, front and off-center. Nice big window with the top for extra light. There's some more artwork there. Wish it wasn't the exact same. Back, lots of photos, like that a whole bunch. I like that they add this at the top. Like, yeah, it's a good package. It's nothing like remarkable. Same thing on the side. I wish they wouldn't do that, but nothing remarkable, but definitely a good package for you in-box collectors. And for you who don't keep them in the box, then it will hold the figure until you put it in storage and take the figure and put it on your shelf. Alright, this guy stands roughly, including his hair, about 19.5 centimeters to the head. And we'll say 18, a little bit shy of that. That's going to make him just about, we'll call it 7 5/8, give or take, to the hair, and then maybe 7 inches to the top of the head, a little more. Here he is up against Darwin, way out of scale. So we'll see if he gets made in the arena line to be in scale. This guy is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to get one, but let's go ahead and take a look. Question of the day. Are you guys still trying to build teams from Storm Collectibles, or have you given up, or are you cherry picking? What are you doing? For me, not teams, rosters, let's say. For me, I'm just buying whatever's good still. I don't care if they never finish it. I mean, I would rather they do, but even if they don't, I'll still have good figures of the figures they made. So, like, yeah, it's definitely better to get a full roster, but I'll take good figures, even if it's piecemeal. So let me know what you guys think. But yeah, this guy looks really, really good. His skin tone is nice. He's nice and organic looking. He's not super bulky. That's what stood out to me. Storm tends to just brick all their figures, make them really wide and squatty. This guy doesn't have that at all. In fact, he might not even have it enough by just a touch in a couple places. But yeah, he's a really aesthetically pleasing action figure. That is a good sculpt, and the paint job carries it through really well. Now let's zoom in a little bit. Skin tones are very nice throughout. Sculpt work is very organic. I do think we lost a little bit of meat in the chest, just a little bit. Just based on the way he looks. Maybe he's known for having really meaty legs and relatively slender chest, but still big arms. Seems unlikely. I think we just lost a little bit here in order to get the butterfly joints going, even though they don't actually serve... Oops. Even though they don't actually serve much purpose on this guy. Not a huge deal, of course. But yeah, really, really nice sculpt. We have the elbows that don't show the articulation as much. I know some people have hated that from the beginning because they used to look like this. It never bothered me because they're action figures and I don't care about that. But yeah, really good sculpt. The shorts are sculpted and painted really nicely. The Joe is done well. The wraps are a little bit clean. Maybe he's known for having clean wraps. I don't know. His foot wraps, or whatever they are, look nice. The faces on this guy too, really, really well done, and his hair, surprisingly well done. Nice paint work, nice sculpt work, all around. This guy is one of their better looking figures, for sure. We'll have to see how he handles once we try to get him posed, but as of right now, he's a contender for one of their best figures. Really, really well done. I'd love to see them do a Don so we can get him with Sagat. Sagat was kind of brickish too, though, but we'll see. This guy looks great. I'm going to go 9 out of 10. Looks really, really nice. Now, as far as accessories go, you get a total of 3 different heads. They have full heads, not just faceplates, and they all look really nice. They each have their own bandana tie, of course. A whole bunch of hands, all the hands you could need, plenty of hands. And then you get his effect part, which is one of Storm's best attributes. They make really nice and big effect parts, and so you can do things with your figures that most lines wouldn't let you do. And his is his like tornado thingy, and it looks really good. No complaints. I mean, I guess the shading could be a little bit smoother here and there, but that's a very, very minor thing. Very nice to have that. I love these cool add-on parts. So I'm going to go 9 out of 10 for accessories, too. He doesn't have a flight stand. Nobody does these days except for, like, Revoltech and Figma and Mafex. So some do. But Yeah, we could get higher scores if we had those. Still a good spread of accessories. Let's see about the articulation. This guy's a lot more slender than most of their figures, so I'll bet you his neck works better. Let's see. So we have the ball peg on the top that lets the head move around. And then, can we lean him? Oh yeah, that ball peg that goes down into the torso that lets the neck lean. I think after all these years, Storm has finally perfected that to allow it to work. It's very, very nicely done. So yeah, you can move his head around really well. I like that a whole bunch. Shoulders still have the ball peg that goes inside, but there's no room for his caps. His caps don't really do anything here. Like, they do some, but not much, and there's no room for them to move around, really. So his shoulder is kind of an unpleasant situation. It doesn't look great, and it doesn't feel like it moves as much as it looks like it should. Now, the shoulder itself has still decent enough range, but it does end up looking goofy having this extra layer of meat there that doesn't really serve a purpose. I think they could have just omitted it entirely on this release. And maybe it should be... No, I think that's where it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's just a weird one on this guy, so that's unfortunate. But you do get your full rotation, so that's fine. Bicep swivel works no problem. Double jointed elbow, not the best, but it's still better than 90, so that'll probably do. Then the wrists have a ball hinge. The hands do pop off maybe too easily sometimes, but not too bad. So, you know, just be careful with that and you should be okay. Now for his torso, let's see here. Oh, he doesn't lean back. That's odd. I expected him to lean back more. Like, that's not nothing, but I expected more. So that's interesting. And then going forward, it's pretty good on that top joint. Oh, it's nice back here. That's good. That's one of the smoother transitions we've seen for that joint. Going to the side, also really limited. They seem to have put blocks in there to stop him. I don't want to pop him apart to check, though. But yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. You do get your twist in there as well. And then down here, he leans back, but you do start to see his innards a little bit. He leans forward nicely. That's pretty good. Again, more innards. And then side to side, also really good, but more innards. So you're going to have to hide things in posing, but I think you'll be able to hit your poses pretty well. And I haven't run into any stuck or loose joints so far, so that's pretty good. All right, let's see if these hips work. Hips have been a problem for Storm. Going out to the side, we do get basically full-on splits. No nuggets, that's good. They're either going to get tighter or looser, it seems like. Or they're just going to keep squeaking. They haven't gotten tighter or looser yet, but sometimes they just go from being fine to being completely stuck. So you may want to throw a little bit of lube in there, but be careful. Bring the leg forward. Yeah, just about to horizontal. Maybe not as much range as you would have liked. Going back, pretty good range going back. That's fine. And it's not tight or loose. It's a little looser than I would like, but it's not floppy, so it's probably going to be okay, but it feels like it may get loose. You do get a thigh swivel in the shorts, so that's really nice. I like that. Double jointed knee works really well. That's one of their better knee joints. And then for the ankles, they have had trouble with ankles. The foot goes back nicely. Doesn't go forward almost at all, like almost completely no range at all. So that's a bummer. You do get the toe hinge, but they're still doing the toe hinges like they did before, which is too far back on the foot and with that shelf at the bottom, which isn't a deal breaker by any means, but it's not good. The joint should be farther forward and seamless, or smooth, I should say, at the bottom. And then let's see about the ankle rocker. It's steep. So not the best ankles, as is usually the case with Storm, but the rest seems to be pretty good. Maybe not perfect, the shoulders aren't perfect, and the hips aren't perfect, but I think it's probably good enough to get this guy, for Storm, a 7 out of 10. The neck is better than average. The knees are pretty good, but the rest doesn't really stand out in a positive way. It's just kind of one of the figures they've released. So, time for a final verdict on this guy. If you wanted a figure of this guy, Joe, Mr. Joe, yeah, pick it up for sure. Like, it's not perfect, but it's definitely good enough. Lots of good going on here, and then some things that aren't so good. I don't know if I would say they're bad per se, but definitely not as good. Is it a good entry point? It's not terrible. It's not the best figure they've released, but it's certainly not the worst. I'd say it's upper quartile, probably. So if it looks good to you, go ahead and get it. I'm going to give him an overall rating of 8 out of 10. Now, the reason it's only 8, he should be more articulated. He should have better range of motion being so slender. He doesn't in most cases. In some cases it's really nice, but it doesn't carry through the whole figure. So not a perfect release, but definitely a strong one. And if you were in the market or thought you might be in the market for this guy, now you know it's probably a safe bet to pick up. if you think it looks good. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but there it is from me. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.